So I have a 2009 Saturn Vue that has the 3.6 liter in it. I'm doing the transmission valve pressure sensors that everybody has problems with. I just got done doing it down there, if it'll focus. So I'm just putting it back together, and there's lots of videos out there how to do that, so I'm not going to show the video for that. But I never found a video that actually showed how to get it out of a vehicle when the whole front end's put together and everything. Everybody just shows videos of how to make the repair once it's on the bench. So what I ended up doing is taking all of the main controls that sit right on top of the battery cable here. I took and I folded that right out of the way. To be able to do that, I had to come down here. There's two wiring harnesses here. They go underneath this AC line and connect right here and here for the radiator fans, one for each side. So I disconnected those so that I could get pulled out of the way. Then I was just able to take and fold that whole box right up out of the way. From there, I pulled the battery after disconnecting the cables. I was going to pull the whole box, but I found that once I had it loose, I was able to flex it out of the way enough to be able to take the cover from that transmission pan cover. Once I had the bolts out and I had that out, I took and I unhooked that top tranny fill line so that the hose was more flexible right down here, so I could pull that out of the way. The other one already had enough flex to be able to get that. So then I was able to take that cover once I had all the bolts out, and I was able to wiggle that and pull that up out of the top side. And then once I had that valve body all unhooked, which was about 12 different little bolts, some 10 millimeters, some 8 millimeter in the three wiring harnesses. Once those were all done, I was able to take and bring it right up through this same area right here in between the battery box and the front supports of the for the front bumper and everything. So sorry I didn't take a whole video of how I unhooked everything. I kind of was figuring it out as I went, and then that's what I ended up coming up with to be able to actually get the cover out. You're not able to take it out from the bottom because of the main supports underneath, so it has to come up from the top. I really didn't want to unhook this AC line and have to discharge that and everything. So making all those changes, I was able to pull that cover out. You probably could remove the whole battery box and create even more space. That would make it easier, but I was already that far into it. Oh, I also forgot the fill tube for your windshield washer fluid. It would be in the way also. So that runs in through there, underneath more actually, right like that. And so that's just held in by some rubber O-rings into the other fitting. So it's just one 10 millimeter bolt that sits right there, goes right into the top side there. Take that out, then just wiggle the thing back and forth while pulling, and eventually I was able to pull it out, twist it around, and get that out of there. So that also had to come out. But otherwise, that is the video on how I actually removed that front transmission pan cover so I could get that valve body out to do all those little fun pressure switch holders, which all four of mine were broken. So hopefully this was helpful.